Hello everybody out there. So for today's video, it's a very different type of video. Never done like this before, but I feel like I'm gonna start a series on this. I know the goal of this channel is to help people, but I also feel like helping people sometimes is just bringing perspective to ideas that need to be talked about. So the title for the video is pretty self-explanatory. It's exactly what I'm gonna talk about, which is, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily racist, maybe ignorant memes might be a better title, but you know, racist meme sounds a little bit more compelling, so we're gonna go with that for the sake of this point in time. But you know, it is what it is. So, essentially speaking, on social media, saw a meme, and I literally was like, I have to talk about this because it's driving me fucking insane. So, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I will make it the actual thumbnail for these videos too, so you can actually see it for yourself, and you can make up your own mind and your own judgment. But hopefully, the idea again is to bring some perspective, not so much perspective for everybody else, but just perspective for white people like myself, hopefully. So the meme was a picture of a little white girl, probably 3 to 4 years old, and a picture of a little Asian girl, 3 to 4 years old. And it literally says, asking her to apologize for slavery on the white girl, and then on the Japanese Asian girl is like asking her to apologize for Pearl Harbor. Again, asking her to apologize for slavery is like asking her to apologize for Pearl Harbor. Really think about that. That's the message we're sending. That's something that makes sense to people. And let's break this down and explain why I think it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Number one, right off the rip. And I feel like some of these videos, if they are watched by people that are not white, you know, some things I say might offend you. And if I do, I apologize. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to speak from my opinion of what I think other ethnic groups feel aside from white people. And then when I'm talking from a white person perspective, it's obviously what I think white people feel, because I feel like I can obviously speak from that perspective pretty healthily since I am white and I have grown up as a white person my entire life. So, in my opinion, I feel like the meme right off the bat is very ignorant. The reason being is, at the end of the day, I feel like for 95% or more of people of ethnic groups, they are not looking for someone to actually apologize, especially a 4-year-old little child, to apologize for any event that's happened in the American history past. I don't feel like that's a real thing. So I feel like right off the bat, the creator of this is being very, very ignorant. They're being very, very stupid, because I feel like for the vast majority of logical people, they're not looking for an actual apology from adults, seniors, children of whatever ethnic group wronged them or wronged their families or their lineage and their own ethnicity, whoever fucked them over. They're not looking for that apology. Now, let's dive further into this. Why this meme is a problem to me and why I have a fucking problem with it. Because like I said, it pissed me off. The reason it bothers me so much, when you really think about it, what the creator is either doing intentionally or unintentionally, because we're not really sure which it is, because it could be they're really, really smart and kind of fucking racist and evil, or it could be that they're really, really stupid and they're just racist automatically and they don't even know they're doing it. So it could be one of the two. We don't know, but I'm going to assume that they're really smart. They are comparing these things that are not comparable. Like, let's really think about this, like, logically. Like, let's have a logical conversation. How are you going to sit here and compare Pearl Harbor happening in the United States, a single day, a single event? Yeah, it was really bad, really shitty, shouldn't have happened, get it, got it, good. But you're comparing that to hundreds of years of injustice against one ethnic group based on the color of their skin. You're comparing this one terrible event to lineages, families getting fucked over, being brought over here as slaves, being enslaved, being raped, being murdered, being lynched, whatever it was. And then once slavery is abolished and the world's supposed to be better, the U.S. is supposed to be better, what happens? We still have people who are Black Americans, Black African Americans, whatever you want to call the group of people, however they want to describe themselves or identify as. But these groups of people, now that they're done being enslaved, they are segregated. They are still continually susceptible to people being racist and acting racist towards them. And they still have little to no rights within the United States. So even when things are done being completely evil, they're still pretty fucking evil after that. So it doesn't really completely stop or change. So again, what we're trying to do is this person, the creator, whether intentionally or unintentionally, is trying to compare a singular event that is not comparable. Like, yeah, it's fucked up. Pearl Harbor was terrible. It was bad. But they're trying to compare it to this hundreds and hundreds of years of bad, negative shit happening solely because of the fact that people are Black or Black Americans, African American, whatever. Pearl Harbor didn't happen because we're white. That's not why it happened. It happened because of a bunch of other shit going on between two different countries. It had nothing to do with the white people over there. We don't like them, so fuck them. We're gonna go bomb Pearl Harbor. Had nothing to do with that. It's complete and absolutely not comparable. And the problem that I have, and this is some deep think shit, but if you really think about it, when people see this meme, whether they're white, whether they're black, whether they're Asian, I don't care who they are, when they see it, they're like, well, yeah, we can't hold a 4-year-old girl responsible for slavery. She had nothing to do with it. We can't expect her to apologize. We never ask a 4-year-old girl to apologize for slavery. 1, because she doesn't understand it, and 2, because in reality, she has nothing to do with that history and past. Same thing. We're not gonna ask a 4-year-old Asian, Japanese girl, whatever the picture actually was, to apologize, because again, she had nothing to do with the bombing at Pearl Harbor. She has no understanding of what actually happened. So yeah, I agree. This meme makes a lot of sense. And this is why I think the person who made it is very, very smart. That's why I think it's a little bit of like conniving, like actual smart, racist person. So good for them for being so fucking smart. But I'm gonna be a little bit smarter than the guy who made it or the woman who made it. And think about this. Like I said, deep think. Like really think about it. When you see the meme, you say, well, yeah, that's the way it is. Like you can't compare those things, obviously. So this meme's right. But what it does, what this meme actually does is once you say, yeah, we can't compare, like we wouldn't expect that, you are now actualizing what they want. You are now putting out in the universe that slavery and the history of slavery and the history of racism and the segregation and the lack of rights, all of that negativity that came with that, that is equivalent to Pearl Harbor. Because that's what it does. It puts us in a position where we agree with the meme. It puts us in a position where we subconsciously or consciously are thinking, these are equivalent things. And why would you do that? You want to do that because then you're like, well, these people, we don't say anything about the fact that they blew up Pearl Harbor. We don't hold that against them. We're not mad about that. And the point of it is to make you confirm that they're equal things. It's not, slavery is just as big of a deal as Pearl Harbor, which in reality, can't speak for everybody, but I feel like for most Americans and white people especially, like, I'm not gonna say we don't give a fuck, but it's not like this big, huge ordeal in our past where we're like, oh, Pearl Harbor, it's terrible. When slavery is a much bigger deal. So what the meme does is it puts you, like I said, again, in this position, deep think, where you are now comparing these things and saying they're equal. And the long-term goal of shitty memes and shitty people who make this shit up is they want you to subconsciously or consciously be like, well, why are you upset about slavery? Why are you upset about the things that happened after slavery? It's just the same as Pearl Harbor. We're over Pearl Harbor, and it's belittling and putting down the feelings, emotions, trauma, and the past of people who literally got fucked over for, again, literally centuries, family lineages, all these generations that got fucked, versus a singular day where, yes, it had a ripple effect with people's families and stuff, but it wasn't something that continued on. It wasn't something that was a defining, shitty fucking thing that happened. And the other big difference that I hadn't thought of until right now, but I'm going to throw it out in the fucking universe too, because why not? Guess what? Someone else did Pearl Harbor to us. That happened because of the Japanese people, or the Japanese government, whatever the fuck you want to say. Guess what? America, motherfuckers, we caused slavery. We brought those people over. We kept them enslaved. We kept them segregated. We kept their rights from them. That wasn't somebody else choosing to do that. We fucking did it. So really think about that. So at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not going to go out of my way to find these memes. I'm not going to go out of my way to search the internet and troll. But when I see this shit pop up, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whatever else, I don't care. I'm going to take the 5 minutes out of my day to call it out for being some stupid ass shit that doesn't make logical sense, that we're trying to draw comparisons that aren't the same, and that really are, again, from a really smart person who's just really fucking smart and is a really big racist, and they have a better insight on how to manipulate people, or it's someone who's really dumb and is just really racist and they just don't fucking know what they're talking about. I'm talking too fast because I'm like super motivated. So at the end of the day, if you haven't watched these videos before, there's a whole YouTube channel out there in the universe. The idea normally is to help people. The goal is to help 100 million people in this world, small ways, big ways, change people's lives, or improving their day, making their relationships with other people better, or just bringing some perspective to random stupid shit like this. That is pretty much what I have. I'm not gonna do this long outro because this is I just had to get this information out there to the universe. Again, I will upload the video to YouTube. I will make sure that I do end up putting up the little meme as the thumbnail so you can actually see it, because I feel like you have to see it and then watch the video, or vice versa, so you can completely understand what I'm saying. But that is what I have. Thank you guys for watching. Again, stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, above all, please be greater than. Talk to you guys real soon. Have a good night. Bye.